Today we're going to look at graphing in 3D. So we used to graph in 2 dimensions where we had just an x and y axis, and it looks something like what we see on the screen here, except we didn't have this diagonal axis here. So with x and y we would just kind of go over and up, or back and down, whatever your teacher taught you. So this time we actually have 3 axes. We have the x-axis, which is this one right here. We have the y-axis, which is side to side, and the z-axis is up and down. And so this x-axis is meant to make it look like it's coming out of the paper toward you. And I'll kind of show you this a little bit with some 3-dimensional software we have. So let's just practice graphing a couple of these points, and I'll kind of draw the lines how we got to that point. And then I'll show you with it 3D as well. So I've got 8 points here. Let's look at A. A is 7, -3, 1. So the order in which they're listed is X, Y, Z. So that's going to be very important to know. It goes X, Y, Z. Okay? So the first number is the X coordinate, and you notice there's an X here. The X is this kind of diagonally slanted one. That's coming out of the paper toward us. The Y is the side to side, and the Z is up and down. So we're going to go 7 out toward us, and I'll use my straight line tool here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we end up there. And then we go -3. So positive 10y is this way, negative 10y is this way. So that tells me negative is going to be to the left. So we go 1, 2, 3. And then we go 1 in the z direction. The z is up and down. So that's going to be up 1. Okay, so our point A is going to be right here. And the tricky part is, and let's label this one A, is there are an unlimited number of ways you can get to this location on this 2D graph. But when I draw the line, it tells me exactly what path I took. So some people might look at this and say, well, I could have gone back 9 and down 6, or whatever that is. But it's not back 9, down 6. You can see we went 7 in the x, -3 in the y, and then 1 in the z. And so what I'm trying to get at with this looking 3D is, let's look at this 3D model. It would be like, we'll draw a line here. We're going to go 7 out this way, and then 3 out this way, and then 1 up this way. And so that's going to be our point. And if I kind of rotate this, we can see that it's out in the x direction, over, and then up. Okay, so it's sticking out of the paper toward you, and that's what it looks like on this 3D software. And on here, hopefully you can kind of make the connection there. Okay, let's graph a couple more. Let's graph B, -3, 5, 6. So I'll grab my straight line maker. We go -3, so this time the x is going to go in the other direction. 5, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6 means we're going to go straight up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's look at that on our 3D graphing software. Let's go -3, 5, and then 6. So it's going to look something like this. And if we kind of rotate it around and look, you can see it's back, behind, over, and up. So we are graphing things in 3D now. Okay, and so that's where this point's located. And then the rest are just basically the same kind of procedure. So C, we'll do C and D, and then we'll call it good for this part. So C, we would go -7, -4, -3. So we're going to go back diagonally 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 3 right there. So it's back to the left and then down. That's going to be point C right here. Okay, and let's label that guy C, and this one here is B. Okay, and hopefully you can see that this is above and this is down below. And then D, this one's slightly different because there's a 0 in there, so what do we do with that? Well, we take our line, and I'll kind of freehand this one so you can see the path. We go 5 out in the x direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we 0 in the y direction. So side to side we don't go at all. We just stay right here. And then 3 for the z. So it's straight up. All right. So that's basically it for graphing 3D points. The other 4 you can graph on your own. You kind of see where those are. And you'll notice that G and H end up at the exact same place on our flat piece of paper, but they're totally different points in 3D. So that's it for graphing 3D points.